Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 3rd, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at how to trade options. Many of you have been asking me what's the best way to trade options. How do I know what options to trade? Whether should I buy, should I sell, what should I do? Let's look at some of those aspects in today's segment and go from there. Look, from a market perspective, market has been trying to rally, as you can see here. Nice uptick here. Still we got one more hurdle to pass. Look, we got a nice resistance level here, so we got to watch out for that. So there may be some drops or pullbacks, and then we might go higher. Same story in Dow Jones also. Look, there is a nice resistance level here. Stock market is going to think where to go. If it clears the resistance, it can go higher. But we got a lot of headwinds here. We got Russia-Ukraine problem, and we got various supply chain issues. We got to be slightly careful here. And Fed is also not our friend anymore. And look, we got similar pattern when it comes to Russell also. Look, that's what's going on here. We need to wait to clear the resistance level. And look, oil is coming down slightly, as you can see here, and we could trade some oil stocks and options. And gold is slightly made its way higher, but it's trying to come down here, and interest rate is still strong, as you can see here. And from a market perspective, from a futures perspective, market is still trying to decide where to go tomorrow. It's slightly down in the futures market. All right, so with that, let's jump into how do you decide what options you got to buy or sell. So many of you have been asking me. We'll take a look at two things or three things. One is, if you have Thinkorswim platform, you could use Thinkorswim platform. There's a nice stock hacker in Thinkorswim platform. You can use it to screen what you can do from an option perspective. Look, I got a simple criteria here. I didn't want to complicate this. Look, I got here the stock price. I want to make sure when I trade options, I want to make sure stock price is a little more higher. So I got 30 as my minimum here. Market cap at least the $1 billion. I want stable market cap, and beta is minimum 1. I want stocks to be slightly volatile or trading along with S&P 500 from a performance perspective. And in this scan, I have made sure my IV percentile is between 40 and 60. This setup is mainly for selling put options as volatility is high. We could change this. We'll change it in a minute, and then you'll know where to sell call options. So right now, this setup is mainly for selling put options and get some premium and go from there. And I also made sure the average volume in last 50 days is more than 1 million shares traded. So these are liquid stocks. And ATR, which also measures the volatility, is more than 0.6. That tells you on an average stock has to move at least 60 cents in last 14 days on an average. So these are stocks that are that move up and down nicely, very liquid. So with this criteria, we got a few stocks, as you can see here. Top of the list is one of my favorite, Amazon.com. Look at that IV percentile 44. You could still make some nice money selling put options on Amazon way below the current stock price. And we can go into the trade tab here and bring up Amazon.com here. AMZN, one of my favorite stock to sell options. I would typically go 44 days out. And look, we got right here Amazon.com, and you could go look. Normally I like to go at around say 30% probability of profit, but in Amazon case, look around 25% probability of profit. We got nice juicy money here. You could make $106, but you could also go all the way to here 31%. Look, you could make nice money here if you sell 120. Current price is 139. I don't want to be too greedy. I would rather go around say 118 or 119 and sell this put option right here. and make say around 100 and say $27, which is good enough, and this will expire in 44 days, 16th of September. So you could keep selling this way, over and over again and make some good money. Look for volatility go higher. From a chart perspective, you could go into the chart here. Look from a IV percentile perspective. We got IV slightly came down after the earnings. Still, it's pretty elevated. You could make some good money in a stock like Amazon.com. All right, let's go back to our scan tab here. Like that, we got few more here. I love selling put options on stocks that are slightly like CVX here is a good one for me to sell put options here. Look, IV percentile is slightly lower now, 36. Actually, IV percentile is 46, which is not too bad here. You could sell put options here also. So if you're a daredevil, you could also sell put options on Coinbase here. So with Coinbase, look, you got to be slightly careful here, mainly because look, earning is coming up on 8/9. So normally I would wait maybe a day before the earnings if you want to sell put options. So that way I can get some good money, given volatility will raise before the earnings. And we got Disney here. Look, volatility in Disney is around 40, not too much, but you could still make some money. Disney also has got earning coming up. You could wait for Disney to just a day or two before the earnings and earn some good money. So this list here is my main go-to list to sell put options. Look, I got a few things going on here. I got stock price, and I got VWAP that tells you whether the stock is trying to go higher or lower. I got VWAP here. As you see here, I can bring it up here. View formula. This is a VWAP on a monthly basis. So it tells you in a monthly basis where the volume weighted average. So many of you you can use this VWAP as a good indicator to sell put options below the stock price. So that's typically one way to look at. And then you got here how much stock is off from 52-week high. Right now, Amazon as an example, it's off 25% from 52-week high, but it's up 27% from 52-week low. It kind of gives you an idea where the stock is at. And then we got your net change. I also have 5-day EMA. Look, typically when the stock crosses its 5-day exponential moving average, that tells you there's a bullish signal. I also have 20-day exponential average here. It crossed 20-day exponential average also. That tells you stock is in a bullish territory. You could safely sell some put option. And in Thinkorswim platform, it's very simple. You could just write some formula here. As I go here and click on edit formula, look, I wrote a simple formula here, nothing fancy. It tells me the close minus exponential moving average of length 5 divided by close. Basically gives me a percentage of where it's at right now. Is it above the current price is above the current close? How much it's over its 5-day moving average. It's a simple formula. You could write these type of formulas very easily in Thinkorswim platform. And then you got your change. We talked about change and 5-day moving average, 20-day exponential moving average. Then you got PE, volume index, and so on and so forth. So it gives you a good idea. We got a few more here. And for the folks who want to buy call options, I would change my IV percentile here. Instead of 40 to 100, I will say maybe say I would say 10 to 40. So you could use this one for your for your call option buying. You could say scan here and go from there. It takes a while. Okay, there we go. We have it right here. And look, we got all these things here. We got IV percentile right here. Look, if you want to buy call options right now, buy call option on a stock like AMD. AMD earnings is out. So next earnings is coming up next quarter. And look, stock price is slightly lower. IV percentile is very low right now. That tells you don't need to pay too much premium here. And from a RSI perspective, look, stock is slightly coming down here. RSI on last 14-day basis is 66, but RSI on a 30 minute basis is 57. That tells you even though market is rallying, AMD is slightly coming down here. That happens after the earnings for AMD. I would slowly start buying some call option, say delta 70 call option or so, and go from there. It's a good one to buy call option here. So typically I would go here and go into AMD here. Let me cancel this here. And if you want to buy call option on AMD, you could go here and say AMD. And I would say if you want to buy call option, I typically go a little bit longer, say 107 days is good enough for me. And look, you can go right here, delta, keep watching the delta here. You could go delta 70 or something along those lines. Look, we got delta 74 here. You could pay around $18 instead of buying AMD by paying $98. You could buy call options for AMD, by paying around $18, as you can see here, delta 70 right here. Let's see here, delta 70 is right here. Delta 74 works. You could just go here and buy. Look, you can buy by paying $18.70. You can control 100 shares, and I think it's a good way. You could just confirm and send here, and look, you could your break-even point is 103 here. As AMD goes higher, you'll make some good money here. All right, so this is how you sell call options. You could go back to your scan here. I got a few more here. Look, Apple also, look, IV percentile is very low here. At this time, you could buy call options on Apple also. And look, Apple from a RSI perspective, slightly high. You could even wait a little bit. You could do two things. When the IV percentile is high, like Apple here, you could also buy some put credit spread here, so that way as Apple comes down, you could make some money here. Look, Apple RSI on a daily basis, last 14 days is 70, but RSI on a 30-minute basis is 70.66, slightly weaker on a 30-minute basis. That tells you this can come slightly down as you go forward. And then you got a few more here. You got Bank of America and so on and so forth. Keep watching IV percentile. We got one with very low IV percentile right here, COWN here. You could look at such stocks and see if it is worth buying some call option. Typically, I would also look at open interest. So what we'll do is we'll now you get an idea of looking at the IV percentile. When IV percentile is high, then you basically sell put options. When IV percentile is low, like the list here, you could sell call options. And typically you'd like to look at the open interest also. As an example, if you go to AMD here, I could go here to AMD and look, as you sell call options, keep watching the open interest here. You got to make sure you got a nice open interest. You could look at open interest here. There's a nice open interest, or you could even sell right here. Look, open interest is even higher. So that's how you don't want to go into low open interest. Go after highest or bigger open interest here. And if you're a daredevil, you could go all the way down here and sell some out of money call option. But I would typically stick with in the money call option. Typically delta 70 or so is my sweet spot. You can make some good money as the stock moves. All right, so let's go back here so you get the idea. So what I also do is I also go into many times you look at stock. You could also look at ETF. That's one of my favorite way. So you could also go in here and go into ETF right here. Look, all ETF. I have criteria here: minimum $1 billion market cap and minimum $30 price. And look, I got a volume also more than 1 million shares. You could just quickly scan this one here and go from there. Look, we got few stocks here, not too much. You got QQQ. These are all low IV percentile, as you can see here. Well, look, IV percentile is between 10 and 40 here. This is a low IV percentile. So for these names here, you could sell some call options if you like, mainly because IV percentile is low. But if you're looking at selling some, buying some call option, buying some put option, then you could say here, instead of 10 to 40, I would change it to 40 to 100. So then you'll get high IV percentile ETF. You could look at those candidates for selling put options and make some money here. Look, TQQQ, I would not sell put option. The SPY is okay. Look, IV percentile is 41. You could sell some put options in those candidates and make some very good money. All right, so you could also look at option hacker. This is one of my favorite place to see what's going on here. Look, we got an option hacker here, and I got here a setup here, and I say all stocks, all optionable, and I want to make sure stock price is a little more stable here. We got lost. I have the option price here. I want to make sure at least I make it's at least worth 40 cents from an option perspective. Right now I got put here, meaning I'm trying to sell put option, and look, I got here IV percentile somewhere down here. I got volume, probability of touch, and so on and so forth. And but yeah, we don't have IV percentile in this list here. But look, you get a nice view here. When you want to sell put options, you want to make sure the open interest is high and the IV percentile is also high. Look, we got Apple here. Apple, typically after the earnings, its IV percentile is low. But you could look at a little bit high IV percentile names like the ones you looked at in the stock option hacker or stock hacker right here. I would say, go after these ones here and try to sell some put options. You could when the IV percentile is high, you could sell some put options way below. You could sell some call option way on the top, especially when RSI is above 70. And when the IV percentile is low, you can buy some call option. If the RSI is high, you could sell some credit spread, put credit spread, so you can make some money that way also. So with that, let's now jump in. Some of you may not have Thinkorswim platform, so you have a better you have other tools here. I will take you to a few websites here. All right, let's go in here. Look, there is a website called Marketchameleon.com. I'm sure many of you might have many of you might have used this one. And once you are there, you could go into options and you could just go into implied volatility ranking. So the moment you go into implied volatility ranking, by the way, this is the there is a free version here. I'm in the free version. You don't need to pay money till you get used to it. It's a free version. You could just click on implied volatility ranking here, and you could also subscribe and register yourself for the free version, so that way you can save your watch list. Look, as you go into this free version here, and look, I got here various stocks. Look, we got stock here, and we got here current open option volume, open interest, and so on and so forth. So I would just click on this open interest rank here. I want to make sure it's a nice and high open interest. Look, we got few stocks with nice and high open interest. You could look at those and see if you can do some option trading here. And normally what I would do is here, I would look at the IV rank. Look, we got IV 30 rank here. That tells you whether the IV is high or implied volatility is high or low. So when the IV is high, you could go after option selling strategies. You could sell put option way below, or you could sell call option or call spread way on the top above the current stock price. And this platform also gives you earnings, when is the earning coming up, so you get a good idea. So with that, if you have a watch list, you can actually create a watch list here. That's one of my favorite way to see what's going on. Or you could also do one thing. Many times you may not be interested in this small stocks with the very small market cap. You could just go in here and select on market cap here and say I want to trade stocks with the more than $10 billion market cap. So this is my favorite way to do it here. And now you could look at open interest here and say current open volume, and look at the highest open volume here. Look, we got SPY and few names here. Let's go down here. Look, we got Apple on the top again. We got SPY, QQQ, so on and so forth. Look, we got IV percentile, IV rank here, right here. You could sell some put options in these ones also, or even sell call options at the top here and make some money. When the stock is at the top, or at the going higher and touching some resistance level, you could sell some credit spread at the top. Or if the IV percentile is low, for example, look, we got AMD right here. Look, AMD has got very low IV rank here. In such cases, you could sell some, you could buy some call option and make some money. And look, we got few examples where we got high IV percentile, like Alibaba. Look, we got IV rank 59%. And stocks like Microsoft, we got low IV rank. Look, Intel has got a low IV rank here. Intel could be a good one to buy some call option at these levels here. This is for the folks who don't have Thinkorswim. You could use this site, which is a free version will do. But if you want to pay, there is also subscription levels here. You could take a look at that one too. So with that, you could also, many of you may not want to look at all the stocks. You could create a small watch list like I've done here. Look, I got a list. This is my go-to list here. The moment you have your own watch list, you could look at them and see what's going on here. Look, I got my own watch list. I can see how is my IV rank here. Right now, I will not be selling put options on Apple, mainly because look, Apple has got low IV rank right now. I would be looking at selling put options on higher IV rank, for example, Amazon.com here. Look at the IV rank, it's higher. I would sell put option here. AMD, I will buy call option here. And look, we got Meta platforms, a little bit high. I would sell put option here. Nvidia, high IV rank, sell put option. So you get the idea. So you could use this free site, get some idea. And if you really like it, you could subscribe. They got subscription channels here. You could go into either check it out for a free trial for a month, or you could go after a subscription for this platform. It's a good platform. You could take a look at this one also. And there's one more platform I also love it. You could look at that one also. It's FD scanning. Many of you might have looked at this one. It's FDS scanning. All right, so it's a FDS scanner. Look, we got FDS scanner right here. You could use this tool. Many of you might have used this one also. As you see here, we got scanner right here. You could click on scanner, and then you could wait for a minute for it to come up here. All right, so you don't need to, okay, right now we are in the scanner here. You could really click on option scanner right here. We got option scanner. Look, I'm clicked on the option scanner. The moment you click on option scanner, this tells you, hey, what strike price, you can choose your strike price. For example, I would go to expiration, and 8.5 is around the corner. I would not go there. I would instead go for the next monthly cycle here, which is monthly expiration, 44 days out, which is 9/16. So once you do that, you could run the filter here and go from there. Look, it takes a minute here, and now we got here. Look what's going on here. We got a few here. We got Ford, and look, we got Ford call, which is 16 strike price. Currently share price for Ford is around $15.71. At this time, you could you could buy this one here. Open interest is nice and high, as you can see here, nice and high, 67,000. IV percentile is, I would say, relatively low here, not too bad here. You could really buy some call option at this time if you wish to. And look, we got a few more symbols here. Look, we got let's go right here. Apple, for example, here we got Apple is the second one here. Apple, as you see here, IV rank is around 25 here, and here they're suggesting Apple. You could, if you want to sell some put option, you could do that too. So normally, this is also a good site here. You could sort by open interest if you wish. You could click on open interest at the top here. Look, we are now sorting by open interest. Highest open interest on the top here, and we got Carnival Cruise Lines. Look, Carnival Cruise Lines right now. Let's see here. Let's close this one. There is a paid version here. You could take this. This is the free version I'm using right now. Look, there is right now we got Carnival Cruise Line. Strike price is 7.5. Share price is 9.76. You could sell some put option and collect some good money here around, say, we got here 0.27 bid at this time. Last is 0.28. You could make around 25 cents here. It's a very low way to sell some put option here. You could also do same thing on Apple here. If you currently Apple is trading at 166, you could sell a put option at 125, and look, you could make some good money here. If you do that, look, right now you could bring in around in this case 25 cents here. So this is one way you can look at where you can buy and where you can sell. Most importantly, take a look at the open interest level. If you want to buy or sell options, make sure you got nice open interest level, and depending on the IV percentile, when the IV percentile is high, for example here, you could sell some put option. When the IV percentile is low, for example the one right here, let's look at this one here. In these type of scenarios, look, we got Apple here. You could sell some call option when the volatility is low. So you get an idea here. So I would use these free resources if you don't have Thinkorswim platform, and make some money trading options. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading.